Oh, hey, wasn't expecting anyone. What's that? You want to learn about cooking? You mean like how to cook? No, just basics. You like kitchen fundamentals. Sure, I can probably help you with that. Come on in. Paring, peeling, slicing, dicing, grating, shredding, draining, straining, boiling, broiling, steaming, sautéing, dry heat, moist heat, roasting, braising, frying. Sounds confusing, doesn't it? Well, I can probably help you sort through some of that confusion. I'm Chef Dave Christopherson. Now, becoming a professional chef takes years of training and lots of workplace experience. But becoming a good cook at home really just takes some basic knowledge of techniques, methods, and equipment. So let me get some stuff put away here and I'll set up a few things and I'll meet you over at the sink and I'll show you how to wash your hands. Hand washing is one of the most important things you do in the kitchen, and you should wash your hands right when you come in. Plenty of soap so you can work up a good lather. Washing the backs of your hands, in between the backs of your fingers. First, cutting an onion, we're going to cut off the root end and the stem end. Then we're going to cut it in half. A half onion is far easier to peel than a whole onion. And we're just going to set that aside. Now we're going to talk about cutting methods. We're going to start out with a dice. Now, we've got two flat surfaces. We're going to make one cut, not all the way through, and another cut not all the way through. Then we're going to turn it back onto the other flat surface, and we're going to make several cuts down and through. Now, one important thing you need to know is the claw, sometimes referred to as the bear claw. It's the method you use for holding things when using a knife to keep your knuckles or your fingertips tucked in so that you're using your knuckles actually as a guide. And you'll notice that my knuckle is actually touching the knife blade and guiding it and keeping it away from my fingertips. Again, we're going to try another medium dice. We're going to make 1, 2 cuts part way through. Then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 cuts vertically. And then basically we're slicing. And you'll notice the rocking motion from the rounded blade. And if you look at these, they're pretty uniform medium dice. So if your recipe is calling for a dice, that's what they're talking about. Okay, now we're going to talk a little bit about slicing. Let's peel up a couple more carrots using the same method. Grab one more over here. Tip down on the cutting board, smooth, easy strokes. Move our peelings out of the way here. We'll cut our ends off. Now we're going to slice. And you can see I've got a slightly flat space on the carrot that I didn't cut. And now we're just using the rocking motion and keeping our fingertips tucked in. We're going to slice the carrot. The thickness of the slice may be determined by the recipe or it may be determined by individual taste. The key to slicing is keeping your pieces even. This ensures even cooking. And there we have sliced carrots. So I think that about covers it. We've talked about knives and equipment. We've talked about tools that we use. We've talked about some mixing and sifting, measuring methods. And we've talked about some cooking methods. Use another piece of equipment here called a potato masher. These are potatoes that we simmered on the stove earlier. Add a little heavy cream. I like to add a little sour cream just for a little extra flavor. And a little bit of salt. Little cayenne. A little fresh ground black pepper. And a little dried thyme, just for a little color, a little extra flavor. And we're just going to mash these up. And we're just going to add that right to our meatloaf. There we go. And that does it. And I've got company, and you guys got to go.